So, hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, boy, this a video.
Oh my god!
It was a process, but you know, 3 times the charm. We're back for the 3rd time, better than ever, and we're going to make the most out of it, right? So, we have some guests today. We know some people, them ear color change, but it's the same person, you know. Love you, baby.
No
So,
shade.
I brought my friends here today, and we're going to be discussing the topic: how has classism affected Jamaicans with potential? So I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves, and then we're going to just head right into the topic. So let's begin. Anchoma.
Hello everyone, my name is Anicia. I like when people call me Nisi. And my Chinese name is Anchaman. So yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Ashensia.
Hello everyone, my name is Osanya, reporting live from my YouTube channel. A joke. My name is Osanya. My name is Osanya. And I'm a girl.
Oh my god.
That's so information.
Right? Thanks for being vulnerable. I'm Tanita Wizard. My Chinese name is Talia, and I'm excited to be here.
Love to see it. Mr. Fong.
Hi, my name is Vijay Sims. My Chinese name is Shreding Fong. You might see Romy calling me Fong. That's the reason.
I've been getting him.
Yeah?
I've been I call you Fong.
Fong.
Nice. Alright, so this is the 3rd time we're doing this video.
Woo!
And so, like, I do want the questions or the answers to feel like they're rehearsed. So really, just go, like, make it flow and just, you know, try to vibe a bit, right? So the topic is classism, right? What is classism to you guys?
Okay, so in terms of me, classism is like a hierarchy, right? So it's kind of like you have different people who are in different parts of their lives, like on a specific. People put them on like a ladder or a pedestal. So we tend to have like people who are like working or people who have generational wealth. You tend to classify them as the upper class, and then you tend to classify people who don't necessarily work, or they might just get a little subsidy from the government every now and again, and you know them have them a good shop or whatever, and people tend to call them lower class.
Lower class.
Right. So.
Yeah. Bobby.
Okay, so for me, it's prejudice. It's prejudice among social groups or social classes. So as Anissa said, basically that's what it is.
Talia.
Yes, it's socioeconomic segregation, which inherently leads to prejudice. Yeah.
Fong.
Well, to tie everything together, my explanation will be a bit of a combination between Anicia and Talia's explanation. What I believe, classism would be the segregation among people, based on their class, but with prejudice. Of course, there will be people of different classes, and it's not necessarily a bad thing to identify them as different classes, but to have prejudice against people of lower class, that is where classism is introduced, in my perspective.
Feel a word.
Yeah.
And that is true, because when we were filming earlier, we spoke about this, because we know that in society, everybody has to do a particular job. Like, we're not gonna be oblivious. That's just how society stays. You know, somebody have to do this, somebody have to do that, and it just happens that because of that, you know, we have the hierarchy in society. But when it comes into play, when we have the prejudice and lack of opportunities and so forth, that is when it begins to become a problem, right? So the topic that I had in mind was how it affects Jamaicans with potential, right? And with potential, I'm referring to like education, opportunities, and so forth. For you personally, have you ever been affected by classism in a sense of not being able to garner opportunities or jobs or schools? And let's speak from your perspective so we can better apply it to the topic, you know, at large. Let's hear it.
I don't want to be honest, I don't know, because I've never really have that ever. So I don't know if when I walk into a business place, they would look at me and be like, oh, I don't want to give her the job because she looks a certain way or she has this certain place as her address. So I don't know about that, and I went to Mount Alvernia. I didn't have any problem throughout my 5 years, except this one time when my principal said I needed to go comb my hair because I had it in like a curly puff. And yeah, to me that is kind of disrespectful because that's my hair and that's how it is. But she said it wasn't appropriate for school. So yeah, so I feel like if in a little way I kind of would say that is because you would have other people there that would have like straight hair and they would color their hair, but coloring isn't alright for school for me in my rules. So you have them like just walk up and down on campus and hair long and nice and colored, and everyone is like, that girl their hair colored, and she would be like, oh, I go to the beach a lot, so it changed my hair color. And then me with my like a curly puff, me couldn't have the color in there. So I mean, it happens in so much different ways, and you might not even realize that it's happening to you.
Yeah. Because when you think of things like classism and prejudice, you expect it to be this blatant thing that's very obvious. But I think it's sort of like when people probably make some comments. I remember I was working at this store once, I think it was last summer, and there was this guy, he came from a specific community, but nobody knew. So the older employees, they were questioning us and a small talk, and the guy said that he came from I can't remember the name of the community, but he is one of those communities. And the guy, the senior, made a remark like, oh, so you know how to do things, then you know how to, like, you know about hard life, you know how the streets stay. And I was so offended for the guy, and I can't say that he was offended, but he laughed. So I think it's subtle, more subtle than you think.
For me, it was like last summer. I was working in a store, and like someone came in and she was asking for the manager, the store manager, and so she was asking for the store manager, but I was the one at the cashier, so I said, can you just give me a moment? I'll just contact her for you, because she wasn't in the store at the moment. And she was just like, her vibe and aura was just like, oh, I don't need to talk to you, I don't want to talk to you, like, where's the store manager? And I was just like, really, no, like, the thing is, like, if just because she saw me behind the desk and she has no idea who I am, she looked at me like an inferior person. However, I've seen that lady at different places at functions, and her vibe, her aura, she's smiling up with everybody and stuff, because everybody at the function is apparently richer of a certain class in society. So it's kind of like people will definitely judge you based on just even where you might be at a certain time, or a certain, at a certain place, or at a certain time. And it's not even necessarily about your class or whatever group you're categorizing, but they'll put you in a category.
I think it's inherent.
I'm so happy that you said that they put you in a category. It's true. Because like we established that we have the stratification in society, and that will come from slavery days. Like it's embedded in society. And though like we can't say, emancipate yourself from that mentality, which you should try to aspire for. But as I said before, everybody, like, we play different roles in society. But not because means if you look at the man that's the plumber, means that he's below you or you're above them. And as Tanila is saying, that it's like it's something that's inherent. Basically, people feel that they have the right to put you down because of so and so. But as we move into this and you raise a point about school and so forth, for example, we're med students, right? And we know how much it costs to study and so forth and blah blah blah. Me have friends who are them bright, but them just can't afford it. To go to school. how do we feel that classism plays a role as it relates to that? Like, do you feel that classism limits those people's like potential and possibilities and opportunities in life?
So, in terms of that, yes, like I do understand what you're saying, and I know that there are even people who like have the brain potential to do medicine, and just because they don't have the money, especially at, the well-known university in Jamaica, they don't have that cha-ching, so like they choose other career opportunities or other jobs that they feel like they can attain at a faster pace and also financially. So like I definitely understand what you're saying, and the fact is that it's like I feel like in terms of Jamaica, primary school and the levels of primary and secondary education, they're attainable because the government has made sure of that. However, presently in our society today, tertiary education is something that is like almost out of reach. Yes, it's like a luxury, and it is a privilege, and it's like even if you want to do it and you work hard for it and stuff, it's like it's either you're going to be rich enough to get it or you're going to have to be smart enough to get the scholarships that they have out there, and those scholarships are like A1 scholarships. You have to make it, or it's just like that. So it's like it's like our society today, it makes it so hard to really reach tertiary education, and that's something that's really depressing to me. Like my goal, when I become a doctor and everything, I really want to have a grant for myself, so to bridge the gap between not only high school and like college or whatever, but college and or high school and you're like people who actually would even want to come to China to study. Like helping out someone, because we all know how it feels to be in Jamaica, be in high school and be like, where am I going to go next? Like what am I going to do?
While I strongly agree with Anissa, definitely, I think because of this topic, we're failing to recognize that the government is actually really trying to bridge that gap in regards to giving people of the lower class certain opportunities. What stood out to me was the scholarship, the subsidy that you were able to obtain at uni to study med. I think last semester they gave out an additional 70 spots. They gave out more, and I think they should be applauded for that. Not even the government, but businesses in the private sector, they're actually working. But like I said earlier, because classism and prejudice are based on your ties and based on your ties and how you are perceived socially, these opportunities, financial opportunities that you get, they're not enough, because you might be in med school at UA, but you don't really have access to the right people because they might look down on you. Because yes, you're there, but people know that this is the kid. This is the kid who's being sponsored by the government. So yeah, you're in my class, but you're still below me. So don't come in my circle.
I have a question. Do you think that certain studies or professions should not be so much money to study? Because when you look at it, when you look at it, a lot of people are going to look at it like, boy, the doctor girl have money, and the doctor boy your even salary up. And I feel like you really don't need to cost so much to study, because at the end of the day, I feel like you notice that law, med, nursing, those engineering, like certain professions, it costs so much money to study. And we're here in med school. Do you think that the money that is being charged to study medicine is really worth it?
In Jamaica or in China?
I think it really boils down to resources, because if you compare the tuition over here to UA, it's cheaper here because China has more resources. So scarcity,
That's
right?
what I
Scarcity. And also, I think it really boils back down to your intrinsic worth and your extrinsic worth, in the sense that as humans, all of us have the same intrinsic worth. In my opinion, God made us, we're all equal. However, in regards to your contribution to society, we're not all this is going to sound horrible. It's probably contradicting what Romy said, but
That's how we have 5 people here.
we're not extrinsically equal, but we are in a sense. For example, COVID, doctors are needed, as opposed to an event where you probably need firefighters for the forests. But so like I think in regards to scarcity and importance, yes, it should be as expensive as it is, because it boils down to resources and it boils down to how important the profession is
Yes.
to
Oh
society.
yeah, they raised that point. I recall. Like yeah, some people from you were speaking to us. And yeah, when I just started sixth form, I remember now. When I just started sixth form, we came to school, and they were speaking about different careers, and told all of my class want to doctor. God bless them. But we asked her why is the tuition so expensive at the practical university that we're speaking about.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, we're trying to bridge the gap to make it kind of like only a specific amount that can study it and so forth. But then like for me,
Really?
funny, yeah, that she said that out of her mouth.
I have no idea.
I look on me and say, okay, you set it so high, but people still are come. So the woman who do this work and I wash your clothes, anyway, she forget it from. Like how we can laud places like even here where education not really expensive, and like even places like Cuba. I believe if it is that like it was more attainable than even with society at large, because education is a means of social stratification,
Definitely.
right? Though formal education only goes that far, you need the street knowledge and all
Yeah.
of that. But I feel like it would help the society somewhat, But I'm not the only male here, so what you feeling?
What you feeling? I think, based on what I said earlier, the speaker from my TED talk, he said that it's all about privilege and what is deemed as privilege, and that privilege is something that is very simple. And like as I stated before, it could be having a roof over your head, having somewhere safe to play. So in the minds of the people who are awarding the scholarships, the fact that your parents work, the fact that your parents are able to drive you to school, that's a privilege in itself. So it just really boils down to what is perceived as a privilege.
Alright.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and please check back tomorrow for part 2 of this video. So I'll post part 1 today and I'll post part 2 tomorrow. We really try to be as real and as authentic as possible, so I really hope that the message and what we're talking about today really resonates with somebody. I really do appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you for all the shares, all the likes, all the comments. I do see them and I'm really appreciative. Alright, so see you tomorrow for part 2, and please share this video, tell your mother, your brother, your cousin, uncle, everybody. Thank you so much, and Zajen.